Is it visible, Prabhuji?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna devotees, thanks for joining this morning chanting and shloka reading session, Bhagavad Gita shloka reading session. So let's begin with first paying our obeisances to the deities of Shishadripuram temple, Lord Baladeva, Subhadra Maharani, Lord Jagannath ki jai, Gaur Nitai ki jai, Panch Tattva ki jai, Lord Vaman Dev ki jai, Lord Parshuram ki jai, Guru Parampara ki jai. Hare Krishna. Next, we say our prayers. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurve Namaha. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschata Desa Tarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna devotees. So we are in chapter 2 now. Contents of the Gita summarized. And today we will be reading Bhagavad Gita Shloka 2.8. Second chapter, 8th Shloka. Nahi prapashyami mama apanudya yachokamuchoshanam indriyanam avapya bhumav asapatnam riddham rajyam suranam api chadipatyam. Translation: I can find no means to drive away this grief which is drying up my senses. I will not be able to dispel it even if I win a prosperous, unrivaled kingdom on earth with sovereignty like the demigods in heaven. So this is what Arjuna is saying to Lord Krishna, who is currently playing the role of his guru. So the war, they are in the battlefield. The battle has yet to begin, but there is what you see still here is that Arjuna here is still in a state of illusion, indecisiveness, and there is lamentation. First he is here to fight the battle, and now this, the confusion. Here Arjuna is talking to Krishna, his guru, because based on his knowledge, he has not been able to decide how to go about it right now. He is having second thoughts. So two things here. One, Arjuna wants knowledge to solve this problem, this state he is in right now, to be free from that miserable state. Second, he is seeking this knowledge from Lord Krishna, who is playing the role of his guru right now. So what we see here is that Srila Prabhupada says that to accept guru means whatever guru says, you have to accept. Otherwise, don't accept guru, don't take guru, don't go for this, don't make guru. Because if you're doing it for the sake of fashion, because you see that others are doing it and you should also do it, that is not right. You must be ready for it. That is called prapanam. Tad vidhi pranipatena, Bhagavad Gita 4.34. So you can understand knowledge, you can understand simply by surrendering to the guru and not by testing the guru. You're doing it, let me see how much this guru knows. So that is not appropriate. So it has to be straight surrender. Therefore Arjuna says, besides you, there is nobody else who can actually satisfy me in this perplexed condition he is in right now. Yat chokam uchoshanam indriyanam. My senses are being dried up. Why? Because these senses are not the actual senses. These are superficial senses. Real senses within. the soul, where the soul is, the super soul is. Rishikena, Rishikesha, Sevanam, Chaitanya Charitamrita 19.17. So we have to serve Krishna. Who is Krishna? Krishna is Rishikesha, master of the controller of the senses. And Krishna is real. And when we come to that position of reality, then we can serve Rishikena. That is serving. So tat parat vena nirmalam. When can we do that? When our senses are purified. Indriyani parani ahur indriyebhyam param manaha manasastu paro buddhir. Bhagavad Gita 3.42. So there are different stages of this knowledge. So this bodily concept of life means, so this gross bodily concept of life means senses, gross senses. But when you transcend these senses, these material senses, you come to the mental platform. When you transcend this mental platform, you come to the when you transcend these senses, you come to the mental platform. But when you transcend this mental platform, you come to the intellectual platform, right? That's intelligence. So when you come to this intellectual platform, when you transcend this, then you come to the spiritual platform. That is the spiritual form. And so there are different grades and steps to reach that. So usually you will, in this material world, you will find people in the gross bodily platform, large number of people. So they're fulfilling those demands. And there we demand pratyaksha jnanam. So pratyaksha means direct perception. This is what usually you will find everybody. You want to touch and experience it. So pratyaksha means direct perception. And there are different stages of this knowledge. So there is then next stage is paroksha, hearing from the authorities. Then aparoksha, realizing it. Then adhokshaja, which means beyond the perception of these senses. Then aprakrita, then aprakrita, transcendental. So these are the different stages for going to the aprakrita, transcendental stage. You usually start with direct perception, that is pratyaksha. Then you take instructions from others, paroksha, then realization, and then beyond these senses, and then aprakrita, transcendental. So because Krishna is aprakrita, so Krishna cannot be understood by direct sense perception. So this experimental knowledge is based on gross sense perception, and which is pratyaksha. So everyone here in material world, we will see, they say we do not see God. So God is not a subject matter which you can see with this pratyaksha, or direct perception, or experimental knowledge with your senses and etc. God's another name is anubhava. So just like right now we are in a room, but outside there is sun, but we do not see the sun, and we know that it is daytime. But then how do you know it? Well, although you're not seeing it, but then there are other processes like mentioned by which you can experience this. That is called aparoksha. So in this way, Krishna consciousness means adhokshaja and aprakrita, beyond these senses. So therefore it is mentioned in Bhagavad Gita, adhokshaja. So where direct perception cannot reach, right? So that is Krishna. So where direct perception cannot reach, and how can you perceive this anubhava, right? Which is God's another name. That is Shrota Pantha, through Shruti. That is, you take knowledge from the Vedas, scriptures. And this Vedic knowledge is explained by who? Guru, right? So Arjuna also had a guru at that time who was solving his problem, because he was asking Krishna, that is his guru. He was playing the role of the guru. So therefore one has to take shelter of Krishna as the supreme guru or his bona fide representative, right? So then once somebody does that, then he's free from those troubles or ignorance, and all these troubles and ignorance can be dissipated. Yat chokam uchoshanam indriyanam. So Arjuna could also have fought, for this world kingdom and then enjoyed it and be happy, but he didn't. First, he accepted Krishna as his guru, and then he was following his guru's instructions by serving Lord Krishna, by fighting for Lord Krishna. That was his service to Lord Krishna. And but in material world, you will have these ordinary men saying, we are earning so much money, why do you want a guru, why have a guru? We can understand everything on our own. You experiment and so on, and you live comfortably, that's it. So but these, Srila Prabhupada says that these people are foolish rascals, right? Because they are concocting their own opinion. They are not taking the knowledge which is Vedic knowledge or Krishna's knowledge through a bona fide guru, right? So that is not right. So that was the problem. So Arjuna was putting so many arguments based on his knowledge, his religion and moral codes, but he was not able to solve his real problem. And so he was seeking the help of spiritual master Krishna. And so Lord Chaitanya also says that, it is mentioned here in the shloka, regardless of the who is a spiritual master, who is well versed in the science of Krishna consciousness, regardless of his social position, and that is the real spiritual master. So without being a master in the science of Krishna consciousness, no one is a bona fide spiritual master, right? Because a spiritual master would give the knowledge of the Vedas, scriptures as it is. So if these worldly problems of material existence, birth, old age, disease, and death could not be solved, through other means, then countries are not able to solve these even today. If you look at it, in many parts of the world, although people have very well off and they have progressed economically and material progress, but they are still not able to solve this problem. And we can see this from the current example of war or warlike situation, Russia versus Ukraine, China versus Taiwan. And these can only be solved by consulting Krishna or his scriptures like Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, which constitute the science of Krishna. And this will come from Guru. So for world peace, you have to take refuge in Krishna consciousness, and that is the right path for peace and harmony, right? Economic development, this can all disappear. Supremacy of one country over another, this can all disappear in one flip of a second, like by the material nature. Maya Devi can do that. So, and we know that when the results of pious activities are exhausted, one comes back to the lowest status of life. Therefore, if we want to curb this ignorance or lamentation for good, then we have to take shelter of Krishna, as Arjuna was doing so, right? So I would like to conclude here. So Arjuna asked Krishna to solve his problem permanently, definitely, and so he can do what is required at the time. And that is the way of Krishna consciousness. Hare Krishna. Thank you all the devotees for joining this morning session. We'll meet again tomorrow, same time. Thank you. Hare Krishna.